Girl, you done made me sit up now.
Speechless? Why you speechless?
I just said because it's like I'm like with a celebrity couple right now. Like,
Oh my God! Get out of here. Get out of here.
Ladies, ready for your final challenge? All right, ladies.
Let's go.
That's right, ladies. Today, you will be taking accountability.
It's over with.
Hell no. Okay, all right. That's where I draw the line. Y'all doing way too much, okay? You crazy? Who's taking action? I'ma head out, okay? Good luck, ladies.
Then there were two. Ladies, today's challenge, you will walk up to the table and take accountability. There's no time limit. The first person to do it takes home $100,000. Are you ladies ready? It's on you.
Just go grab it, babe.
Ladies, there's no trick to it. There's no strategy. It's literally right there. That was just the execs. They've raised the amount to $200,000.
That was so funny to me. That was so funny. Hey guys, welcome to Fire Talk. I thank you guys for joining me. Uh, Thank you guys for joining me. Sorry about that. Uh, yes. So please say hey when you come in because I am on a certain app to where I can't really see who's on here. So I would love to know who's in the audience and who's in the chat or who's watching. So yeah, make sure you guys say hi. Please like and share the live. I would greatly appreciate it. That's how we reach more people and a different algorithm. Um, it's not like a big thing for me about views, and things like that. But of course, if I could have it reach another algorithm, that would be great. I got a t-shirt on under here, and that is bow, nothing else. So I was looking at, but yeah. So this is episode 21. Episode 21. It has been. I've been loving doing Fire Talk this year. Fire Talk is all about having those hard conversations. When you have those hard conversations, it's a reason that they're hard to have. And we usually don't like to talk about things, that are hard to talk about. And so I make sure I bring up those hard conversations to talk about because it just leaves room for conversation, to hear other people's perspectives, as well as listen to others' point of view, um, and just to have conversation. Um, as you guys know, I am a stay-at-home mom, so this is cool to have the interaction and conversation about important topics or things that I feel like are important without, necessarily having to go out or be in a, physical group because you're reaching people from all different places and things of that nature. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you. And so, yeah, this live, or this episode is called Owning Our Actions and Women and Accountability. While accountability is important for everyone, like I said, on my platform, I am speaking to the women because I am a woman. Um, and that's just who, that's what I want my platform to be about. I want to speak to the women. And so it is important for me to speak to the women also because, um, I'm raising three daughters, and part of the conversations I have, is kind of almost like, well, why do you care about these things? Well, I care about these things because the upcoming generation and their morals and beliefs and things are important just as well. And we're living in a time now where our children are being influenced by more than just what's happening in your own household or in their own household. They're being influenced by social media, what's going on in the outside world, their peers, their parents, their mother and fathers, you know, older people in their life, their elders, and things of that nature. And so the way we move and the things we do are very, it's super important because we have a generations following us that's watching us. So, I had a conversation over, the last couple of days and said maybe your art audience is not your target audience. Why? Because it's on Facebook, and most of my people on Facebook, I don't accept a whole lot of new people on my Facebook. Um, you know, I just like to keep it, I won't say personal, but I just, if I accept you as my Facebook friend, it's because I know you, or I'm related to you, or maybe you are a hair client, maybe you've been a smoothie customer, or something of that nature. And so my target audience, or my audience that's on Facebook, is a lot of women my age and a lot of my family. And a lot of times when you get to women in the around my age, I say past 30, it's kind of like our grandparents. You know how our grandparents are kind of like, stuck in their ways, they just believe what they believe. Well, we're getting to that point where we kind of just believe what we believe, or it's too late to kind of change things because we passed those years and things like that. And so it's like, well, no one really wanna, I won't say feel like it's too late, but it's like, okay, well, I'm older now. So I do feel like my target audience, if I'm really truly trying to teach and get a message across, which I am, but if I really wanted to have better results, I think my target audience would be a younger group of women before they start ex- having many experiences and situations to where they can no longer go back and change. So I will be able to talk to them before they even experience those situations. But that's just going to be a work in progress and something I may look to in the future. Right now, my target audience is the people on Facebook and the people who are joining in for my YouTube channel. And so, yes, I see three people in here. Please say hey so I can know who I'm talking to. Um, and please like and share the live. I see three people and no likes. So, yes, please do that for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And to press the like button is free, and it's not going to do, nothing wrong on your behalf unless you just don't want someone to see that, you're liking my live. Which, no, I don't believe that. And so, yeah. So, anytime I talk about something, thank you for whoever just liked the post. Oh, I'm writing on my shirt. Anytime I talk about something, hey, Pops. Hey, 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 thanks for joining in. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for saying something cool. I know that at least who someone is in here that's watching. And so, a lot of times when I talk about things, or when we talk about things, we have situations that, can be an issue or something that's a problem or something that's challenging. and we might not wonder why that is. So I always like to try to start with the root of something because usually something isn't just the way it is because it just happened like that. There's usually a beginning, a root, that caused you to end up in that situation or to come across or to experience whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's good or bad. And so I wanted to start with the root when it comes to owning our actions. And to me, that starts with hey to the 8 people in here. I don't know if you guys are watching from Facebook or from YouTube, but let me also know where you guys are watching from. Actually, if you just say hey, then like it says for Robert Robinson, it says Facebook. So I know he's on here from Facebook. And then, it'll say YouTube because I do like to know if there's viewers on YouTube or, the destination that the viewers are coming from. Hey mother, hey mother. While my mother is just joining on here, let me just shout out her beautiful jewelry that she just sent me not too long ago. This is called One Man's Junk is Another Man's Treasure, and it's just like a mixture of all different pretty colors, and I love it. I've been wearing it all the time. And while I'm on here, I might as well show this real quick. So right now I have it on in 3 pieces. But so you can have it on three and layer like that, or you can have them like all collapsed together like this. Or you can take it. I guess I'll show the bracelet one before I put it back on my neck. Just bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. I should have put it on my ring finger so y'all could see it with my ring finger. Isn't that so pretty? Yes, it is. And then also, oops, don't want to get it tangled. You definitely got to be gentle because this is handmade. When I say handmade, I mean she put each one of these little beads on there. So you have to have a lot of patience and love to make something like this. I also could wear like this or like this or back how I had it, which was kind of like this. And so yes, so thanks to my mom for sending this to me. And if you guys want any jewelry, you should reach out to her. That's my mother right there. Yeah, of course, mother, love you, and thanks for joining in. And so yeah, let's get started. So I wanted to start with owning our actions and why it's important, and how moving with intentions and owning your actions from the very beginning is very important. As you know, for women, we'll say like, oh yeah, before I start, make sure you guys talk to me in the comments, interact, engage. It really helps keep the conversation going for me. I don't have this thing. I'm not a pro when it comes to speaking on camera, so reading the comments helps me keep going and being able to interact and just find my talking points, which is why a lot of times I go off my post because it's already a lot of feedback on the post, and so then I can use those for talking points to create my content, or I could just have people actually talk to me in the comments, and that helps as well. And so I wanted to talk about how owning your actions and holding yourself accountable and moving with intentions from an early age plays a huge part. And I think that all that starts in the very beginning with the family, household, and your household, your family, and the structure and foundation. Your foundation is super important. For all my girlies that like to wear wigs and that like to wear crochets. As you guys know, when you have to put on your wig or crochet your hair in, the foundation is super important. If you got a bulky old foundation or something, braids under your wig isn't going to lay the way that you need it to. And so, starting right there at the foundation, if that's not right, the whole wig is just going to be off and there's going to be issues. And that's how I feel like it is with growing up and coming to your morals and beliefs and the things you value. Your foundation and your family structure is very important. And so I wanted to talk about, don't mind me if I'm looking down. I do have my notes right here. I do need notes. And also let me just show you guys real quick. This is my nice journal that I have. It's a gratitude journal. Um, it just got, your goals. You can write down your goals in here. What it say? You could write down your goals, your tasks that you want to do, the things that you're grateful for, your intention for today. When I say, being intentional with your every move is important, it's very important. And so back to what I was saying, the family structure and foundation and household is super important when it comes to, just how you grow up and the things that you believe in. And so, for example, I strongly believe that having a two-parent household is super important. That is how you create balance. We need to be able to see the role of our mother as well as the role of our father. At an early age, the mother is the one who, is the nurturer, the one who like takes care of you. She has that like, she should have that like soft, caring, kind energy. And your father, is the one that usually should provide the structure, the discipline, the guidelines and things like that. Even when you guys go to school, if you probably could look back, or at least when I look back or see in some examples, is that when you have like kindergarten through fifth grade, the elementary, it's usually a woman teacher because, like I said, those are the teachers that are nurturers and they teach the ABCs and the basics and things like that. And that's the same in the household. The mother, teaching about hygiene and cleanliness and, anything that's like important to the family structure, how to eat, not to just eat, but eat to live and things like that. And then the father, when you're in school and you start getting to college and like high school, is when you start to see the male teachers because at that point of your life, that's when you start needing more structure, not necessarily being babied by your mom, but you need structure and guidance and more of like a, guidance and structure. Really no other words to use. That's when you need more structures, and that's what men provide. Women, are more emotional. We feel our way through things, which is why, we're usually the soft ones and, the nurturers and being the caring and kind ones. Where men are more like straight to the point, here's the solution because they're logical. So, which is why they just like, okay, you go ahead. Usually they be like the mom baby them, go ahead, baby them. But after that, suck it up. Now this is what what's going on now. Here's the solution. Here's how we gonna fix that. Get past the tears and crying, and let's move on now. So having a two-parent household is very important. When you have the dads out the house home, a lot of times or sometimes, the um, young men or boys in the family can struggle with, just not having that guidance or structure or discipline or lack self discipline, as well as, maybe turn to drugs and, jail at an early age. Those are some results of the father not being in the household, getting into more trouble. And for the girls, it might be getting pregnant at an early age, experiencing more relationships than she really would want to, because you didn't have that guidance of your father in the house, seeing your father and how he interacts with your mother and how he loves your mother. And so you kind of go through all these different experiences because you don't really know what it looks like for a man to love you properly and things like that. So just because it is a two-parent household don't mean it's healthy. you know a healthy household is better than a two-parent toxic household. So I'm not saying that every household that has two parents is the best, but I'm saying if it's a healthy household, then most likely you just that's better. In most cases it's better as long as it's not toxic. So back in the early days, we really did have two parent households. I mean, the dad was out the house to go and do some work, hunt, do those things, gather the resources, because back in the older days, gender roles were more so followed because that's just how it was. That's why if you do follow tradition or gender roles, they more so say, well, you're traditional, you have a traditional relationship, because that was back in the older days. And I honestly think that when you follow gender roles and you play your role as a woman and a man in the house, that things just, go better. Well, when did the household and the family structure start to break down? I believe, and after looking from through some statistics, I strongly believe that, and pretty much know that, the household started breaking down when we start to want to do what the men do, work, vote, and do all those things. So, um, I think that women got the rights to vote starting in like around 1966. The National Organization of Women, formed in October 1966, lost no time in President Johnson to realize the promise of equal employment opportunity for women. And so that is around the time, oh, I hear legacy. That is around the time that women start to work. Well, look at this. Also, in the late 1960s, the number of housewives steadily declined, and many start to take paid work in schools, health and social care, and the public jobs and volunteering. And more than 500,000 housewives entered the workforce between the 1960s and 1980s, which all of a sudden there was a significant rise in single parent households starting in the late 1960s. Well, why do you think that is? Also, with the most noticeable shift occurring throughout the 1970s and 1980s, and keep in mind that women started working in the late 1960s. And so once women abandoned their role in the home and started to work more, now the uprise began to happen in the single family household, because one, the woman is operating outside her role, and a lot of times the man is the provider, the leader, and all of a sudden the woman is stepping out her role, and then problems start to happen, and then the family breaks up. Also, welfare was created like around 1935. However, there was an increase in divorces. It was less than 20% of couples who married in the 1950s ended up in divorce. But guess what? It jumped to about 50% of couples ended who were married ended in divorce in the 1970s, right after they started working. Why do you think that is? Talk to me, guys. Why do you think the divorce rates are going up, as well as also they created some divorce laws that made it easier to get a divorce. They wanted women to rely on welfare. Welfare basically replaced the men, because now they will rely on the government and they don't have to rely on the men. And now you're going to, you would rather, lie about the man or even the man not be there because you got more incentives and assistance from welfare. Isn't that crazy? Mind you, women wanted the right to work and vote and things like that, which is crazy because now when we be talking about 50-50, y'all don't want to work. So that's kind of crazy when you feel like I don't want to go 50-50 now, but we fought for these rights to be able to work and be equal to the man. But when it comes to paying the bill, we don't want to be equally paid 50-50. Something to think about, right? Anyways, the government also pushed for women to work as well because before women were working, they were stay at home wives and mothers, which means that the government only can tax basically half of the people in the world, only the men. America is about corporation is a corporation, it's about business and money. So they wanted to be able to tax more people, which meant the women as well. So go ahead, you guys can work because we want to tax more than just the men. You guys can be included too. And also, women are the biggest consumers. We buy the most things, so we're just great for business. So fine, you guys can come in and be a part of this as well. And like I said, that's when the family household structure started to decrease, decline, and divorces start to increase. Why is that important? Well, because, like I said, having that two-parent household and having that family structure is important to who you grow up to be and the person you turn out to be. I was in a had a family household. I had a two-family household. Um, you know, I think it was maybe just a little bit of a second that my mom might have been by herself. Um, just because I'd have my biological father wasn't there, and that's okay, it's cool because then my stepdad stepped in and he took on that role, and I had a two-parent household, and my mother was a stay-at-home mom until I think that we got in school and stuff, and she just like, okay, I'm gonna go to work too. But seeing that structure and having that and seeing that my stepdad take on providing the resources and providing for the house, and my mom being at home cooking all the time, cooking like 3 meals in a day, one on the stove, one in the crock pot, and all those things, making my dad's lunch and stuff like that is the reason now why I have adapted those same qualities, which is, contributes to me being at a stay-at-home mom now and things like that. I also grew up with a lot of my family being Muslim. And so I went to the mosque a lot and I listened to the Minister Louis Farrakhan. And when you have that Nation of Islam, structure in the background too, it just helps as well because you learn a lot of other things, as far as the man and the protection of the woman and opening the doors and things like that. So that's what instilled me with my morals and my beliefs and my values to where I move the way I move now and to where I feel and strongly believe that this is why I have been blessed, you know, to have only had to try one time. I got it right the first time. I met my first love and 19 years later, we're here together. I feel like having those morals and values and beliefs really made me and allowed me to move intentionally from an early age. It wasn't like, let me have a 304 phase. I want to have my fun too. I wasn't 19 or 20, like, I want to have fun. I don't want to just be with one man. I want to sleep around and be with other people. Like, no, which a lot of women support that, which is crazy because you will hear women say, yeah, like, have your fun before you settle down. But they'll also go against you with and say like, oh well, you don't have any experience, or you don't know anything else. Like, I'm happy. I'm happy because now when we get to situations like the post that I be posting, and you guys say, well, you never talk about men and what men do. Like, I never had those experiences with multiple experience with men and what men do. And so I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that narrative. However, a lot of you guys can relate because you've had those experiences because you weren't moving with intentions or owning up to your actions from the very beginning. If you wanted to experience the 304 phase and have fun, well, whatever came with that, the trauma, the drama, the having multiple babies with multiple different men and stuff, that's what comes with that, which create problems and things to not align the best for you later on in life. So how does this all relate? Because we have to own our actions from the very beginning. We have to realize that the things that we do can create your outcome and your results for later when you get older. Yeah, you might feel like, oh, I'm 20 now. That's 20 years down the line. It very much plays a huge part of that. So I can't relate to all those bad experiences, um, which is a good thing. Some people be like, well, you inexperienced. Well, that's for the best. Honestly, it's for the best. Talk to me, guys. It's 7 people in here. I see 4 likes. So if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Will it show me who hit? Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna just take a stop every once in a while. You guys ain't really talking to me in the comments, but just check out some things. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Kiela. Thank you, Auntie Linda, for liking the live. Thank you, guys. Um, I greatly appreciate you guys. And did anybody share the live? Anybody share the live? Nope, because I got 2 shares. So if you guys can all hurry up and leave on out and share the live, that would be great because this is important. This is important information. And I, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a teacher. Just because I don't have a certificate in teaching in public school, I still am a teacher because I homeschool my children. I have taught multiple people about health, things that they should eat and they should not eat, things that they should put in their body and they should not put in their body. I taught people about their rights when it was COVID times and not having to, get a vaccine because your job was forcing you to. And so I want to teach women as well. My focus is women because I'm a woman. I can speak from that. And while I may not have all the experiences that you guys have, that is why I also feel like, it feels like a lot of time people like, okay, your way is not the right way of thinking. Okay, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it. But it got me great results. Like, I would have loved to watch more women, especially on the social platform that I could look up to and it just like, okay, that's how you do it, or I can try some of those things and it might give me better results. um Everybody's situations are different. However, moving with intention from the very beginning plays a huge part in how your journey and how your situation affects you later in life. Thank you, Mother, for commenting. Each person journey is, oh, look at that. Just say that. Each person journey is different. I am grateful for what I have learned on my journey. Some things I wish I would have done differently, but I can't change that. And at 55, I am still learning things. And that is great. I definitely understand what you're saying, mother. And every day we continue to learn. No one should never stop learning. Just because you reached a certain point don't mean you know everything. Just because I feel like I have a relationship that's going well for me and that truly is my fairy tale because someone said on the post, well, you must think your situation is perfect or it's a fairy tale. No, my situation is not perfect, but it truly is my fairy tale. I wanted, I knew that I wanted a husband. I knew that I didn't want to have a lot of relationships. I knew that I wanted children. I knew that I wanted to be a wife and I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. And I am all those things. And so this truly is my fairy tale. What kind of, gets me, and this can go with accountability and owning up to your actions, is how you guys, the response you give me, the things you guys say, as if you guys will support three or four things. Like I mentioned before, you will see posts, you will see women talking about going on trips and then saying it's mandatory that we, do something together sexually at the end of the night. And women liking that and saying yes. But when you talk about something and how something's benefiting you and maybe trying to teach other women if they want these results or something similar that this is what they can do. Now it's like, well, your way ain't the right way and there's so much negative energy. But you guys don't give that negative energy to like three or four things that support you moving in a way that I know you guys wouldn't want your daughters to move. Like, would you want your daughters going on trips and saying that it's mandatory that we do something together at the end of the night? Like, would you really want that? So we have to be accountable for our actions and for the things that we do because we have children. And if we wouldn't want that for our children, why would we move that way? Even if your children are not on the platform watching you, that still is playing a part the way you move and how your children see things. So we have to start holding ourselves accountable. Um, let me plug my phone. It is about to be dead. You be who you are. You can please everybody. Amen. I think what my auntie Linda was saying is you be who you are. You can't please everybody. And I thank you, auntie, for that comment because that is who I am. And I think a lot of times people get upset at that. Like, well, you never talk about this or you never talk about that, or maybe you should change what you're talking about because you could reach more people. I only can be me. I only could be me. That's all I know how to be. I don't know how to speak from other perspectives or experiences that I haven't been through. I only can speak for me and be me. So if that doesn't align with you, which is funny because whenever I post something, you will see the same people group it together. Even though they might not fit the description of who I'm talking about, women love to trauma bond with each other. So I might not be going through what you're going through or even fit the description of who you're talking about. But guess what? I know somebody like that, or my sister may be like that, or my auntie may have moved like that. So yeah, I'm gonna defend it all the way around. Instead of saying what's right. That's that connection like based off of like drama and bad things. You guys to get up and gang up together. And I truly know that a lot of times that you really don't be feeling that way. It's just that why would you want me to be right? Someone who already thinks that they're perfect and think that they're better than anybody else, why would we want to give her the energy of being right? I already know how it goes, but hey, all I can do is be me. So women working went over, taxes and stuff went over, the feminist movement, equal rights. Like I said, we fought for equal rights, but then we have struggles when it comes to now and like what we should be doing in the household. I think we want equal rights. Like we want to be able to do what men do, but we don't really want to be able to do what men. We want to just be able to do what men do. We don't really want to, and we don't want to take accountability. So we want to be able to work and do the same things as men. But if something forbids something goes wrong, then we're gonna put all the blame on the man, even though we want it to be equal. I proposed a question a long time ago that said if you had a man who you was happy with, you were in love with, he just was everything that you could imagine, and he provided for the house, he did everything, and he said, I want you to be a stay-at-home mother and wife. Would you guys do it? And I want to say 8 out of 10 people said no, I don't want to do that. So we fought for equal rights to be equal with men, but we don't want to go 50-50 with men, but we also don't want to be stay at home, which is why I say women don't have a hard time knowing exactly what they do want, which is why we need leaders. It just cuts out all the stress. We don't even really be knowing what we want, honestly. Like, honestly. Like, and that includes me. At one point in time, I said, yes, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. Then I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was like, oh, nope, I want to go back to work. Then I went to work, and I'm like, oh, no, please take me back home. It was my husband leadership and guidance that let me know. He just took over. Like, no, I think it's best that you stay home because you're more valuable here than in someone else's workplace. So it was that leader, those words heard, those that guidance that made me figure out, yep, this is where I need to be. Was no more going back and forth and yes, I will. And see, that's funny you said that because I think if I remember correctly, nope, you did. I think because you commented on that post. It was probably like a year or two ago, and you did say that you would stay home. You did say that. So, and I think it's a Sagittarius thing as well. Well, we got 10 people in here and 6 likes. Can you guys make sure that you like and share the live? Thank you. I think the last time I said that, um, you know, more people joined in and stuff, so that's great. Um, let me see now. Let me see now. You guys talk to me, tell me something before I move on. So I don't just be up here like a chatterbox, just going on and on and on. And about halfway through the show, or maybe at the hour point, we have 44 minutes. I will put the link in the comment, and I would love if you guys could come on and chat with me. I would greatly appreciate it because a lot of people don't think that I like the engagement and the interaction. I do. Sometimes I just be over the attacks. And so, or, sometimes people be like, well, it's not an attack. It's just that we don't agree with you. But I just be want to talk about the topic and hear from y'all perspective, not without bringing me in it, because you guys are not going to have the best experience when it comes to talking about me because you really haven't had this experience. So therefore you only can talk about your experience. And like someone said before, I was a stay-at-home mom and I got cheated on and I had to ask for money and I had to wait at home until he was ready to do stuff and all that. So that wasn't a good experience for them. So let me see real quick. Let's see who liked the live now. Thank you, Auntie Pam and Auntie Lisa, for liking the live. Thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And so yeah, let me look back down to my notes. Or how about we go to while we're talking about accountability, let's go into see that accountability and what it means because we know that words have meaning, so we can't just be throwing around words without knowing the meaning. Knowing the meaning is very important. Accountability, the fact or condition of being accountable and responsibility. You don't so let's go to accountable of a person, organization, or institution required or expected to justify actions or decisions responsible. So it's basically saying you have to be responsible for your actions. That is what being accountable is. So in one situation, I had someone on the show, and they were saying, my okay, I don't even want to say that. Let's just say someone's having difficulties with their children and their behavior and the way that they're acting and the things that they're doing. Well, are you looking at your actions that may have played a part in that? Are you holding yourself accountable that some things that you have done maybe could have been the reason that why they are the way that they are? Because when we're playing bad music for our children to listen to, allowing them to curse, allowing them to be around us while we're cursing, having grown up conversations, allowing them to see us smoke, vape, and do those things. And when they start doing them, now it's an issue. Yes, children can't do what the parents do, but we still have to set that example. We still have to know that if we are allowing our children to do things and move a certain way, that comes with an outcome, that comes with something happening from them moving that way. So we can't just expect someone else to fix the problem now. Like we can't expect like someone else to step in and fix it. Like, no, how about we go back to the root? Why are they moving this way? Why are they behavior the way that it is? Oh, maybe it's because I allowed this, or maybe it's because I allowed that, or maybe it's because I didn't correct them or discipline them when they were doing that. So if you start with that and holding yourself accountable for that, now that could help you move better in the future because now you can't just be like, oh, well, they moved that way now. So, no, you can still stop that right now, especially if they are in your household. That is holding yourself accountable. If you send up, I don't got nothing to do with that, and trying to put the finger on someone else, it's not going to get handled because somebody else like, well, those your kids. Well, why they like that? And you like, well, I don't know, but you do know. You need to figure out that it was something that you did or didn't do that is led to them being the way that they are. So true. Amen. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. It's never too late for change. It's definitely not never too late for change. Any day you bless with a new day, you have another day to be able to change and make those changes and make better decisions. And when you know better, you do better. So if you're able to hold yourself accountable and own up to your actions and what came from it, then you're able to now you know better, so then you're able to do better. Are you guys with me? Are y'all with me? Like I said, music, cursing. Our daughters, they're a little bit more fast now, twerking, the way they dress, especially our young daughters who can't even buy their own clothes. Why are our young daughters wearing crop tops? Why? You had to buy them that stuff. There is a time, place, age for everything. So if you start that at an early age, then most likely that leads to the women that be out here dressing the way they dress. And not all the time. Whenever I'm speaking, I'm not speaking to all. I'm speaking to the ones that it apply to, which a lot of times is the majority. But we have women now, you know, being pursued a certain way, being, approached a certain way, but then you don't find nothing in the way that you're dressed. It's not an issue. It's like, oh, so like for example, if a man doesn't want his woman dressed in a certain way, it's like, oh well, he insecure. We don't never take accountability or own up to our actions. We always point the finger and blame someone else. It don't that has nothing to do with your man being insecure when a man is territorial. A man, male animals protect their territory. So yes, you can't confuse a man being territorial about something or someone that he loves, and even when he's out with you, gonna have to protect you, and then call him insecure. Point the finger at him. Take all off of you, knowing that the when you dress that way, men are gonna want to approach you. You gotta own up to your actions and know that the way you dressed and what you did caused that reaction or whatever happened. Not your husband or mate or partner, boyfriend being insecure. People let social media raise their kids and dress them, and they see nothing wrong with it. And that's why I said that. Thank you, Auntie, for that comment. I totally agree. And that's why I said we have to move different. We have children watching us. You can't just be like, well, my child not on social media. Well, some are. Some are. Like, I have a Snapchat. I'm not on my Snapchat twerking, shaking my butt and stuff. My kid's not on my Snapchat, but I got little cousins on my Snapchat. I got people that's, younger that I still feel like you can influence on my Snapchat that I don't want to let them see that. Because it's like, if you could do it, can I do it? And you can be like, no, you're a kid. I'm an adult. Okay, so I can do it when I get an adult. There's a time and place for everything. But if you on social media twerking, shaking your butt, now you have tons of people seeing this, and our younger generation is looking up to this. Some of these parents want their daughters to be just like them because, like you said, somebody got to buy. Yes, yes. I hate to go on Fashion Nova and see like the mommy and me outfits, and they like both the same thing, just in a smaller form. It's no way your daughters should be having the same style and dressing like you. Maybe if I have, for example, won't go down too far. Something like a little bit of a crop top on, that I might. But maybe if I want my daughters to match with me, I'm gonna get them a white turtleneck. I ain't gonna be like, oh, you put on a crop top too. And even then, like I said, you don't want to say, well, kids should move like the adults. Like some things adults can do that kids shouldn't do. But you just have to be mindful about those things. I'm grateful I didn't raise any mini me's because you definitely raised a mini me, mother. I told you. This is why. This is why I make my husband's lunch every day. This is why, I, you know, I value being a stay-at-home mother. This is why I have my morals and beliefs. You've always been a very kind, um, motivating, um, great mother. Everyone face challenges and stuff, but there's a foundation to everything, and that foundation that you laid out for me and that I saw through you is the reason why I am the way that I am today. Some kids have that foundation as well, but they might tend to fall from it. So I'm not saying that the way that children or people move once they get older is always a reflection of what their parents did, because you could teach a child everything and they could still step out and do something completely different. So, that's that. Maybe some colors, right? That's that Sagittarius sound like me, right, right, right. Got that connection going on. Let me take a little break. This is some kale, apple, lime, and ginger, and it looks like this ugly. I ain't gonna say ugly, cause this we the same color. Got some lip gloss on. Um, I'm not gonna say ugly color, but just not a desired color, I guess, for a drink. But it is so good. And red kale is good. It has vitamins in it. It has vitamin A. It's good for your heart health. It's good. It's low in calories, but yeah, it's fulfilling, and you can use it when you're trying to detox or just cleanse your body or like a boost of energy because of the vitamins, which is why none of the reasons why I'm gonna drink it right now. I'm drinking because it's getting warm and I like it and it tastes good. And Chris made it. Oh yes, so good. I wish I would have drunk it a little colder, but I got my cold water, so. Auntie, auntie, auntie. Did you drink your water today, auntie? Did you drink your water today, mother? Actually, that's my first cup of water. Nope, I'm lying. My second cup. I need to make sure I drink my water too. I like how you change your words for the drink. Thank you, mother. That is something else that you have taught me. My mother has taught me, like I said, if you guys don't know, sometimes I struggle with anxiety or just being worried about things. And anytime I say something to where I say I can't or I don't, or say something that's more like maybe I could reword better, she always reminds me that you could look at it in a different way. So I got that from my mother as well. I drank some coffee. Up. Did I have coffee today? I didn't have coffee today because I didn't go out today. But if I went out, I would have had coffee. Actually, I wouldn't. I had coffee the other day and I said it was going to be my last day because I spend $8 every day when I get that drink. And I got all the stuff at home to make it. That's crazy. I drank one bottle. What? Great job, Auntie. I'm looking at myself. I don't know if my dad's still in here, but I'm looking at myself and y'all can't tell me that I don't look like my dad with a wig on or with some hair. Every time I smile, I'll be like, I look just like my dad. That's pretty cool. You could have never denied me. No water. It's okay. The night is not over, and you actually can go grab some water right now, Mama, and get your water in. Or actually, when you get up, grab some water. Great job, Pam. Yes, you do. Yes, I know I do. Girl, you are Robbie's twin. You in here, Robbie. You hear that, but you already knew that. Okay, so being accountable and owning up to your actions. Um, being intentional from the beginning. Something else I wanted to talk about that we need to take accountability as when it comes to being women, that a lot of us are masculine and we try to be like the men. And that is not our place to do that. That is not our place to do that because you take on a lot of those characteristics like women are getting a bunch of tattoos. You're not gonna see a tattoo here or there. But we like to get tatted up like a man. We like to wear all the blinged out jewelry, big jewelry like men. We got the baggy stuff going on. We like to dress like men. We like to do a lot of stuff like men, which can be cool. It can be okay. Balance is important in every situation. So if that's not how you move all the time, okay. But we have to realize that don't really as a woman, you want to be a little softer. You do. You don't want to always trying to be like a man or be masculine like a man. And a lot of times, we say, well, we masculine because we don't have a man around, so we have to. But you're not going to really attract or get a man by being masculine because a man don't like if you're soft or feminine, that's just going to be in your nature. So if you soft and feminine, but you go do, I don't know, some labor, you're still going to be soft and feminine. It's not going to be like, oh, now you got this man energy because you're doing labor. Like that's just should be like in your nature, basically. So we have to practice that every day and not keep saying like, well, I'm this way because no man is around. Like a man who doesn't have a woman can't be like, well, I got to be a little bit feminine sometimes because no woman is around. Like, no, that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense. Um, Women want to be equal when it comes to what they have and what they. And so now I wanted to move on to Facebook. And so, guys, I have something new that I'm doing. Um, yes, I post statuses to get engagement and conversation. And as you can see, guys, it's always getting engagement and conversation. Do you guys not see that it don't matter how I word something, how what I say, or how I word it, that is just a gang up? I know y'all see that, right? Why do y'all think that is? Can y'all tell me? Can anyone tell me why do you think that is? This is important to me because this goes with accountability and owning up to your actions. Can anyone tell me why they think that is? I need some feedback. I have my own feedback and I have my reason on why I know what it is. I want to know if anybody else catches this or if I'm just like, I know I'm not like seeing stuff. Do you guys catch this? And how's that lottery update, Auntie? Tell me, when does it happen? Because I think we're gonna win tonight. I think we're gonna win tonight. So let me go to this post. You guys know, and people even get on the post and say, you've been saying this stuff for years. So you guys know that I am always addressing women. We know this. This is nothing new or any of that. But because I address women, but because I point out the things that women can try to do better or improve on so they could get better results, because you can't tell me that you don't want better results, especially when you guys are always speaking from experience and say, well, this man did this to me or this person did this. So you can't tell me that you don't want better results for yourself. So why is everything I say such an issue? It's an issue because you guys don't want to, if you guys fit the description and you don't want to own up to that. You don't want to be accountable for your actions and the reason why things happen. We just want to blame and point and put the finger on someone else. 95% of the people on the post. Always. We need to talk about this because actually I want the engagement to talk about the topic. And while you guys think I get defensive or not, you guys just be proving my point. Which is why from now on, when I post something, I'm not saying anything in the comments. I'm gonna let y'all just have it because I said what I said, and that's really be the end. My bad, you guys. Oh my, I know, I know some people be like, you be trying to snap, but you still too nice. I'm not trying to be mean. I want to be nice. But because I speak the truth, y'all say I bash and I judge and I do this and I do that. You guys are not used to seeing women, yet alone black women, hold black women accountable. If I created a post that said, man, y'all need to stop cheating. Y'all the reason why women are have the problems they have and be going through the situations they do and sometimes be masculine, you guys will all agree. Y'all will heart it. It will get way more likes. It will be, yes, yes, I'm with you. Because you guys all experience that stuff. So you all can relate to it. So you all are for it. But when I'm speaking of things, and usually it's an issue with you all, y'all don't want nobody. No, talk about something else. You might get more views that way. Well, if you change it this way, you might get more views. If you reword it this way, no, I'm wording it the way I want to word it because it is what it is. And I said what I said. I don't want more views. I want you guys to do better. You Why don't you worry and focus about yourself? I do focus on myself. I have. Ever since I've been growing up, I've been intentional with the way that I move. And which is why I got my desired results. It may not be your desired results, but you guys don't even have your desired results. So how are you pointing the finger at me? Instead for me to focus on myself when I got what I want. But you guys say all the time that you don't have what you want. So shouldn't you stop pointing the finger and maybe listen? Or you guys like to stay like that? Is that's what it is? Which is why I said my content is for women who want to be wives or want to be in a healthy relationship or want to be the best version of themselves that they could be or be great mothers. If you don't want to do those things, then maybe my content is for you because you're going to always find something wrong in it. That's just like if you want to, that's just like having a police officer. You're always talking about what police officers do, the duty of a police officer, how police officers should move when they on the clock, when they off the clock, what happens on the job of being a police and all that. But then we go in there and talk about him being a police like we don't want to hear that. But that's what he is. That's what he stands for. If you don't want to be a police or care about it, then go somewhere else. Why keep coming and engaging on the content that you don't agree with? I say only come if you're going to take notes or if you're going to share your perspective or point of view or opinion respectfully, which is fine. But I'm just saying, y'all don't have the desired results y'all want. So why keep giving out those opinions? Well, I don't think it worked that way. Well, it does. Like it has for me. Obviously, what you guys are doing, y'all say y'all don't have the desired results, and it's not working for y'all. You'll have people who come on here and talk about me not having a marriage license and not being a wife, but then they have a marriage license and still say they don't like their husband. But it's just so confusing because you in a situation that you don't really you have to say things like that, and I'm not. So why? And it seems like you guys want me to feel that way. Like it seems like I guarantee you, if I came and said, "Oh, Chris cheated on me. He left me," like you guys gonna be like, I told you, all men are the same." Y'all probably be like, "If you need to call me, girl, give me a call." We trauma bond and create connections over bad experiences instead of with the women who are trying to hold you accountable. You need a circle of women who hold you accountable for your actions. Yes, manifest. I hope you're talking about the lottery. Yes, yes, yes. I'd say we're winning tonight. We are entitled to our own opinions. I don't have to agree with everything you say, but it's your post. And that's so true. And like, I'm totally fine with people coming on there and sharing their opinions. I'm totally fine with it. It's just that imagine someone saying something or trying to have a teaching moment or trying to help people, and then someone come on there and be like, "Nah, because this, and this," or "Nah, I don't feel that way," or "Nah, because I." And then you look at them and say, "Well, do you have the results that you want?" No. So I mean, like, so what are we talking about? Like, in the end, what are we talking about then? Oh, so let me go to the post real quick. So I said, I said, what about the man? What about the man? Anytime I talk about holding women accountable, they're always questioning what about the men? They are always deflecting instead of holding themselves accountable. Women sit on these platforms and bash men all the time, every day. No one ever says, what about the women? Like when I see women bashing men and people get on and say, I don't see this, I don't see this. Like you guys are a lie. Like you guys are like you be lying. Like let's just get that straight. Um, no one ever said, and when you do see women bash shit men all the time, no one ever be like, you don't hear the men be like, what about the women? We're not talking about the women. Um, Instead, y'all enjoy those conversations. Y'all team up together, y'all trauma bond, y'all have a connection over those bad experiences and be like, yep, men, all men do cheat. Yep, been there, done that, never again. Agree, heart, love it, and everything over bad stuff. Stop worrying about the man and focus more on yourself and holding yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable for your actions and you will get better results. Focus on you and the things or your situation in your life will change for the better. Real growth is when you start checking and correcting yourself. I strongly believe that. Remember, you may not be able to help everyone, but you never know who you are helping. I know that for sure, mother. I know you always remind me of that. And all the messages I get in my inbox behind scenes, which, sometimes I question, it's cool, but it's like the people who agree don't really want to be seen or want other people to know they agree. Where's the connection there? Why isn't that connection broadcasted for everyone to see? Instead, the connections that's broadcasted are the ones where people connect from bad experiences and bad things happening or doing 304 stuff. Then you'll see people connecting and be like, yes, girl, yes. That's crazy. Someone said, truly disagree, or maybe I just have better people in my life that I socialize with. Now, nowhere I said women bashing men all the time on my timeline. So, if we talking about social media. I'm not talking about in real life because I'm not even hanging around a woman who bashing a man in real life. I'm not going to do that. I could easily walk away or exit myself, take myself out the conversation. I'm not participating in that. So, I'm not talking about in real life. I'm talking about on social media, like I said on my timeline on these social media platforms. You guys don't listen or you guys don't read or listen to understand. Y'all just listen and y'all. I think y'all start responding before you even finish the post. I don't have men and female bashing on my timeline. Truthfully, your posts are the only ones like that come on my timeline when it comes to social media. Like I said, everyone considers bashing when you're telling the truth. Of course, right now, if a woman says men like women with their natural hair, that wear their natural hair, so you guys should try wearing your natural hair more. Of course, I'm gonna feel a certain way because I don't wear my natural hair. Of course. I'ma feel attacked. I'ma feel like a hit dog hollering. Cause it's like, well, what you talking about? It's okay to wear weave, which is what you guys be doing. 9 times out of 10, the people that don't agree are the women that's saying, what about the men? And that are not accountable for their actions. Everyone else I know posts wonderful achievements of them, their partner, or children have going on, never about what others are doing. Now, when I get off my timeline and see comments under TikTok videos, there's always men bashing women. Well, you know why that's in your algorithm? Because that's what you align with. Otherwise, I do not be seeing that. Like I said, it, I do see that. Let me rephrase that. I do see that, but not as much as I see women talking about men. And like I said, it could be because a majority of my timeline is women because I just don't accept a whole lot of men on my timeline. Like if I don't know you or something like that, I don't really accept or do new friends, on social media. So maybe it's because my timeline has a lot of women on it. That could definitely play a part. You're always mentioning what others are doing, how they're living, or what they look like in 97% of your posts. For example, individual's weight, or how others act in a relationship, or should act. No need to worry about that because it's not your life. Focus on your happiness. I'm focused on my happiness. But why not spread the love? Why not spread the lessons? Why not spread the experience and the advice? I don't want to just be the only happy person walking around. I want other people to be happy. I want other women to have happy situations and not be able to trauma bond and connect over bad experiences. I want people to be able to experience and connect with me because they have a great situation that happened for themselves as well. It may not look like mine, but you happy, but you guys don't want to connect over that. You only connect over the bad stuff. Because why is it that if I'm talking about someone and how they should eat and things they could do to lose weight is bashing them or talking about them? Like, aren't we supposed to care about each other? Or is it every man for themselves? That's not how I move, which is why I am the woman I am, which is why I consider myself a nurturer, a healer, and all of those things. Because I'm spreading the good, positive energy, but it just doesn't look how you guys want it to look because I'm saying you gotta own up to your actions. It's not always about what someone else did. Maybe it's what you're doing. I can't address men. I'm not a man. The only man I could address is my husband and my sons because I could kind of relate to them because we're related. But I'm not gonna be like, man, y'all need to do this or y'all need to do that or and some people can do that. Some people do, but that's not what my platform is for. My platform is for the women. For years, we've heard nonsense about the women. How about everybody just focus on themselves? Once again, like I said, but if I said something negative or said all men cheat or said something this, no one would have said that. You guys are not used to seeing women hold other women accountable. It's okay. I understand. I truly do. They don't have a problem with Jenny Craig. Right. Or like what do you say when a doctor tells you that? Like you're judging. No, you don't say that to a doctor. If you say, well, this is going to cause some health concerns. You probably going to need to work out and do this and lose some weight, or you could, have diabetes or this or that. You're not going to say, why you judging? You're not going to say that. But why when I say it, why am I considered to be judging? Why? The doctor is a complete stranger to you. Most of you guys know me and know that I might not love you like I love my mama or my husband or my children, but I care about you. I'm pretty sure I care about you more than a doctor does. I'm like almost 95% sure of that. In my opinion, every time you speak on women, it always involves a man. I agree with so and so. It is typically black men bashing black women. It's good to have these conversations, but be more open minded. Be more open minded. Really look at it from another person's perspective. It's also your attention getters. It's definitely going to catch people's eye, but I suggest if you want actual feedback from your topics, then you should try a different post. I don't want feedback. I want you guys to take the feedback. That's what I want. I don't and because I said that, now someone says, well, you just think your situation is perfect. You don't got any issues. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. But you guys are saying that you don't have the desired results. You guys are single and still looking to be with someone. I'm not. So why am I going to look for feedback? I'm trying to give feedback. You are so misunderstood. And honestly, Mom, I don't think I'm misunderstood. They don't want to understand, so they don't want to take accountability and own up to their own actions. And so when someone says something and it feels like, oh, she talking to me, then it's like, well, I have an issue. I have a problem now. I said I very much hold myself accountable. My message and content is for women who want to be wise and healthy relationships and overall the best version of themselves that they could be. If someone wants to continue to be the way they are or don't see any results or stay stagnant, then this message is probably not for them because my message is makes you be accountable for your actions. So if you don't want to be accountable for your actions, then you're probably pretty much going to stay in the same situation. When you check and correct yourself and be accountable and own up for your actions, that's where the growth come in. The being self-aware of the reason things are the way they are happening for you and playing out. If you're not even aware of it, you're not going to be able to change. First person said under there because we don't agree with you, we don't want to be wise. Like, I actually have a hard time comprehending. I truly do. It's something I've struggled with for a long time. But like, how does that equate to because we don't agree with you, we don't want to be wise? No, what I'm saying is for the women who want to be wise for in a healthy relationship. So if you a lot of y'all don't even want to be in my situation, apparently. So then my information is not going to sound right to you. It's not. And you know what? I forgot I had this on. And I know y'all could hear me, but does it sound fine? Does it sound like it always sounds? Because I forgot I had these. I never have on earphones. This is my first time having on earphones. Does it sound how it usually sounds? Hey, sister. Thank you for joining in, sister. Please add to the likes and a share if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. It's fine. Okay, thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie, for always watching in. I love that you guys always watching and support. I love that. Um, I love you dearly and I'm always tuning in, but it's technically your truth. Everybody have their own version of the truth, and that don't make nobody's truth hold more weight than someone else's. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I love you too, Kiela, and I thank you for always tuning in. And if you guys look at that name right there, Kiela has started her own podcast called Keep It Cute, and she goes live tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So, and she's going to be speaking about how the relationship you have with your father as a woman impacts your life. And you guys, I think that's a great conversation. It's part of the root and foundation of who you grow up to be. And so I really think you guys should tune in, and I definitely will be tuning in. And so back to what she was saying, yes, I have my own version of my own truth. So my thing is when people come on there and be like, well, you think you perfect, or like, it's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm blessed. This just happened to be my situation. Why am I, because I'm being myself and speaking my truth, it doesn't look like y'all's, that somehow mine is an issue. Like, I just don't understand. That sounds fine to me. Thank you, cousin. Thank you for joining. Thank you for always supporting the show and being in the comments. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. It's not always a lot of male interaction on here, so I definitely, definitely appreciate it. No problem, Kiela. No problem. And so, let me move on real quick. We almost through this, and I'm going to post the link in the comments. I'm actually going to post it now because if anyone do want to get on, it'll just give you guys time while I'm finishing this up. Copy. There it go in the comments. Let me see. Did I post it? Yep, right there. If anyone wants to join on, I will connect you on as soon as I'm finished. I appreciate the engagement, and if someone comes on and talk to me and share how they feel. Um, that's what I was saying. Um, someone else says, like, okay, so I said what I said basically. Like, we got to stop questioning the man and saying, what about the man, and focus on ourselves. And I was speaking to the women who say, what about the man, not just every woman. So some of the people who responded, I'm like, are you one of the women that say, what about the man who's experienced issues? And then when I say something, you be like, what about the man? Because if you're not, then I don't understand, like, what's the response for? And then coming on and saying, some of the stuff you saying. So are you saying those who don't agree with you don't want to do better for themselves? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that my message probably isn't for you, because it's not. You might need to hear the one like, oh, it's okay. One day you will find someone you want to be with, or one day this might work out for you, this, or keep being who you are. Like, my message is not going to sound like that. So I'm just saying, for the ones that feel like it's bashing and judging, then my messages might not be for you. They might not be for you, because not everyone can receive the message in that way. A lot of times women want to be lied to and coddled. That's why I put a post today that said, it is easy for us to we'll support the man that tell us what we want to hear easily, but we'll have a time supporting a man that tell us the truth. So if a man be like, "Oh, baby, you're beautiful. That dress is so pretty. You look so nice. You know, I love that on you." You'd be like, "Oh, thank you, sweetheart." But if he say, "Baby, I don't want you to wear that. That's too revealing. It's not going to bring good attention. It's going to have to put me more in a protection mode. And I just want to relax too. I don't want to go out and men, looking at you because you got on a revealing outfit." You guys is going to call him insecure. Not everyone, but it's going to be those women that be like, "Oh, you insecure. I should be able to wear what I want to wear, especially if I'm out with you." So we want the man to tell us what we want to hear. We fine with that. We support that. But when they tell the truth, we have a hard time accepting that. Which is why you guys have a hard time accepting my message as well. Because, like, a lot of times it's just the truth. Like, honestly. Like, when I was speaking about people and how they should, you know, focus on their health and lose weight and stuff, someone said, what about the men? What do you mean? When you're the one having the weight issue. What does man have to do with this right now? Well, because this and that and this and that, and a man should love the woman for the way she. How about not? How about no? How about that's actually wrong? How about if you focus on you and get your health together? Because honestly, it's be the same people who know deep down inside that, yeah, maybe I need to lose some weight because I want my health to be the best it could be, especially if I'm getting older. You truly do want that for yourself. You can't tell me that no one is like don't want that. But if you focus on that and better yourself, you won't be worried about a man because you're gonna feel good about yourself. You're gonna know that's not even an issue because I worked on that. Like, why is it what about the man? It has nothing to do with the man at all. Especially in that situation that we were talking about. That's an open understanding between two people. Okay. Are you talking about like as far as the dressing? It doesn't make him insecure. It's protection for both of you. Process of elimination. Definitely protection because we know that we dress like that to get attention. Like you, or even, and you know that it gets attention. Even if that's not what you're trying to do, you know that it gets attention. So if you think you walking with your man and the man looking your woman up and down, what he gonna say? He can't say nothing really. Like, of course, look what you got on. So now I just got to be in protection mode because he can, he can look, or some men don't even want you, but I mean, he can look, but he better not say nothing. He can look, but he better not say nothing. Um, Also, someone said, I said, since everyone is focused on the last paragraph, the part that said focus on yourself, as you could see, I've done the work, I put in the work. I'm not, complaining about not having desired results or not having the results I want or anything like that, which is why I don't have an issue. I'm also not the woman who says, what about the men? So I wasn't even really talking about me. I'm not the one who says that. Y'all do know that the message was for those women that say, what about the men? If you're not that woman, why are you responding? I used to have issues or a problem with accountability as well because it's hard to hear the truth sometimes. However, I have learned to hold myself accountable and I have grown and elevated, which is why my life is peaceful and I'm blessed because I've been through that. I'm not perfect. I've had a hard time too, but I've grown from that. Then someone down there say, are you really in a flawless, perfect relationship? You don't got no issues. You guys would love to see someone do bad. And that's really sad and shameful. You should really, that's really not good. That's really shady. For you guys to get on here and say that someone judges and bashes by telling the truth, but yet you say this stuff to them about their relationship, even you though you know that's not the case. Like it's really, really bad energy. You can 100 say you are in a fairy tale relationships with hopes on a happy ending. If so, please throw the first stone. Hope you're not living in a glass house. All the shade. Like that's so sad. You put your relationship on a high pedestal. Are you truly happy? Are your kids happy? Are your man happy? Yes, but you would be one of the first ones that would love to see me not happy. And that's really, really, really sad. And I know what it is. I know what
If
it
you
is.
think that I think I'm better than you, that's a you problem, not mine. In my opinion, you have to be very mindful that women who say those things to other women are typically projecting and have a lot of insecurities. There's something that you have, whether it's your hair, your clothing, your style, your job, your man, whatever it might be, right? Whatever the thing that you have that they don't have, they will then use that as you think you're better. When you're simply just being you, and you can't help that you are you. And too often, our insecurities are we're wearing them on our shoulder that we are now projecting everything that we don't have onto someone else. That they will trick you into believing that you are coming off that way. And it's like, am I coming off that way? Did I say something that? No, it's just you being you that they don't like, that they are upset about, that they are secretly wishing, right, that they were in your position and they're not. So do not allow anyone who say those things to you, whether it's in your comments, in your real life, whatever. Do not let those people make you feel like you are doing something wrong. You are who you are. You can't help what God has blessed you to have. And because you have a voice or you have a life or a platform, whatever it might be that they don't have, they will try to project and tear you down and tell you should be somebody else that you don't have to be to fit into their narrative, to not make them feel so uncomfortable. So just be mindful. Insecurities are real. We all have them. But some people wear them on their shoulders and they want other people to feel that same insecurity that they feel to make themselves feel better about themselves. And that's not the way that you do it. That's just not.
Like when I say I felt that message because when do I ever be like I'm perfect? When do I ever say anything like that? You guys actually say, well, maybe you should post more about your situation. Maybe you should post more of the good things you like. Then, I feel like more like that's like flaunting or like, oh, look what I got. And I don't even do that. So how do y'all get that? And y'all really say that? And it's because exactly what she just said. Like, respectfully, please just stop. When you're going to the, this is what I talk about. I want to talk about the topic. I don't want comments like this. What's not perfect in your relationship? Like, what's not perfect in your relationship? Why are you asking that? You guys are mean. When I say mean, mean. And that's why they say when you hear like sometimes I have heard that black women be undesirable. That is undesirable because why are you being so mean? But yeah, y'all say I judge. But people be leaving comments like this. Like, we all live in a fantasy fairy tale. It's not the beginning, it's how it all ends. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, one could break. Like, that's just wishing on your downfall. Really sad. And so, yep, I love it. If people ain't hating and somebody not saying something, then I don't know. But I'm over that. I'm over that. Like my mother said, girl, be happy and grateful to God for all your blessings. And I truly, truly am. I always am. I show gratitude. I always, tell my husband, thank you. I appreciate you. He let me know that he appreciates me. And, that's why we're blessed. And that's just why it is the way it is. I never feel like we're perfect. I would never say that we haven't had any issues or anything. But what couple doesn't? We know how to communicate effectively and we know how to move on. And honestly, it's not like 50,000 times that I had to forgive my husband. But honestly, I would rather forgive my husband 10 times after being with him for almost 19 years than forgive 10 different men for playing around with me. Like, oh, you did this, I'm gone, walking away. Next man. Uh, I'm not about to get 10 different men a time to play with me or play around with me. I would rather forgive my husband 10 times than forgive 10 other men. And that's how you make it through things. Not everything is going to be perfect, but this still is my fairy tale. And so, no need for the other comments. What I want you guys to take away from this message, words, like my mother say, non-verbal words can be looked at and just taken in such a different light. I am saying to you guys right now, I am genuinely like anybody on here who has had an event, who has had something going on, who that I've been a part of. I always say, "Do you need help? Is there anything you need me to do? You do you want me to do something?" I'm always helpful and kind to everyone. So when I say I truly want others to be happy and have a happy and desirable situation as well, I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm just not one to be like, okay, sis, yeah, keep doing that. Keep, because I know that would be lying to you. I don't want to lie. I want to tell you the truth so you can recognize it and do better and get what it is that you desire. Because don't everyone want to be happy, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's not? Like the weight post, that don't got nothing to do with a relationship. Don't we all want to be in our best health when it comes to our weight? Like I care. I'm the same person who sold sea moss smoothies for that very reason. Like, I don't understand how you guys don't. I understand how you don't understand that. Accountability. Start being accountable and responsible for your own actions that put you in a situation or has given you the results that you have or have gotten. Don't point the finger at someone else. Don't point the finger at someone who you feel like is trying to bash or judge you when they really just telling the truth and you don't want to hear it. Honestly, because I'm not that person. And I will never let y'all make me think anything else. For 1 second, I was questioning, like, well, what am I doing wrong? Because I really want to teach people. Like, I want to teach people. I'm not messy and have a lot of drama. So if I just post the question in a certain way, no one really answers it. But if a messy person poses a question, everybody hops on the post and stuff like that. So sometimes I do try to word things in a certain way so people could at least respond. But then that's why I usually follow up with a show so then you guys can see me on camera and I can explain to you what it is and what I was trying to achieve and use it as a teaching moment. Sometimes. These last couple posts, I wasn't even really looking for engagement. That's why when the first comment said, I bet you this post isn't going to get hardly any engagement. Now I'm like, I know, like that was kind of what I was going for, but still, yet it got a lot of engagement and people saying like, well, there's just the negative stuff. So if you want to start with today, if you're one of the people who said those negative things, start taking a look at your own situation and hold your own self accountable for what you and focus on yourself. Because right now, my cup is filled. I'm able to pour into others and help others. You guys should stop being mean. Really. But yeah, that's all I have to say. You're doing nothing wrong. Thank you, Auntie. Yes, you are. I think you were talking about the helpful. I really truly try to be. I really truly try to be because that's what I would want. If you always do to others as you want done to you. And I know someone said before the Bible says don't judge. The Bible says don't judge if you don't want to be judged. That's basically what it says. Sometimes we got to finish the context of something because I'm not judging, but I'm okay with pointing out things that people can work on because the only thing y'all could come back and say to me is the stuff y'all be saying that I'll let you guys know. It's nothing else y'all could say about me. Nothing bad because I'm not a bad person. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning into Fire Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I really truly hope that you practice accountability. It don't have to be in a relationship. It could be within your own personal growth. It could be something happening right now. You could be like, man, why is this happening? Well, just go back to the root. It might be something that you might just need to change, something minor, and then you could get the desired results you want. For example, right now, I'm not like I don't I don't feel like I'm big, but I'm not at the weight I want to be at. Well, I know I need to stop drinking coffee, sugar coffee at that, going to Starbucks every day. I know that. So I know since I know that, and then I implement that and take on that and actually do that, then I could get the desired results I want to get. So just own up to your actions and hold yourself accountable and be responsible for the things that you do and just don't point and blame someone else for the reason things are the way they are for you. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I did have the link up there, so I don't really think that nobody is getting going. Anybody getting on? Going once. this was, I had fun this episode. I really enjoyed it. I really thank you guys for supporting the show and being in the comments and things like that. And yeah, I'm gonna keep posting. Sometimes at one point I thought I'm gonna just stop, but no, I'm not because it helps someone and it will help someone. And a lot of times people not even gonna admit up front that they taking notes in the back. It's okay though, as long as something comes from it. But I'm gonna continue. So if my content isn't for you, which I have lost 4 friends, and I'm perfectly fine. This content isn't for them. Your message is not gonna always be for everyone. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like the women that say that bond together over bad things, I don't listen or like respond to anything that they like their posts and stuff because that's I don't relate to that. I can't. I'm not gonna even engage in that. That's not even my lifestyle. So you just gotta go where you fit. So my message isn't gonna be for everyone. But yeah, thank you guys for joining in. Nobody don't got any questions. Y'all don't got nothing to say. Nothing, nothing. It's gonna be the third show I was on here by myself. Is it better when I'm on here by myself? Or do you guys like to see other people on here as well? I actually do feel better when I'm by myself because sometimes I lose my point a lot. Sometimes and a lot. A lot of times I lose my point when someone's on here 'cause then they'll be talking and I'll be, I forget what I was going to say. So I do kind of enjoy being up here by myself. But at one point, I do like want to open up the floor because you could just have better conversation, like this than, in the comments. You just have better understanding and stuff like that. Let me just go on here real quick and thank everyone who liked the live. You guys, that really help too if you go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Set Us World, Set Us World, SETTA' World. Thanks, Mom, for sharing. I see that you shared. Thank you. Thank you, Elijah, for liking. Thank you, Talisha, for liking. Thank you, Bianca, for liking. And I'm pretty sure everybody else I mentioned already. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Okay, then. Well, I guess that's all. And also, let me just check on here because I know sometimes at some point the comments stop showing up. So let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Thirsty girl, be happy and grateful. Yes, you are. You're doing nothing wrong. Okay, yep, that's it. Well, I will see you guys next time. Join me for episode 22. It probably will be on Tuesday. I'm really shooting for like Tuesdays and Fridays, but I'm not too sure yet. And also, don't forget to tune in to Kiela's Live tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.